Hello everyone. Right, today we're going to be looking at angles. And first I'd like to look at these angles and think, what do you know about them? Get all your ideas in your head. You might want to write some of them down because some of the terminology today could be new, but some of it you might already know. And if you've written it down, I want you to tick it off as we go. So, an angle is formed when two straight lines meet, not when curved lines meet. They have to be straight. And an angle is a measure of the turn rather than a measure of the space between the two lines. Over the last week or so, we've been looking at area, think about measurement centimeters. This is not like that. This is the gap between them in terms of how much of a turn it is. Because if the lines are longer, then the absolute gap between them might be bigger, even if it's actually still quite a narrow turn. And a right angle, which you should remember from your work in year 2, is formed when two perpendicular lines meet. That means they make an L shape or a capital T shape, if you like, having that sort of square that you can draw between two lines. Now, how can we use the benchmark of right angle, remember it's like an L shape, to order these angles? Well, A and D on here, they're both quite narrow. They're smaller than a right angle. A is the smallest one on here. B and E are both bigger than a right angle. E is the largest one on the board. And C is a right angle. Seems a bit weird, doesn't it? It looks a bit wonky, but it is a right angle. So the order from smallest to largest would be A, D, C, B, and E. Now here are some angles I want you to do for yourself. It's going to be your turn. Firstly, start with this one here. I want you to order these angles. If you're able to print these out, it'd be great. You can just put the numbers by them. If not, I'd like you to draw them and then sort them. Question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4 from narrowest to widest. And then I'd like you to do this one. Draw two angles that are smaller than a right angle and two angles that are larger than the right angle. And I would encourage you to do them in different orientations. So not just with one line on the bottom. Make them funky ones like these ones. And then for the blue one, I just want you to say which of these angles are larger than the right angle. Draw these ones and circle them, please. Then when you've done that, come back and we're going to look at a little bit more and name you some angles. So, going back to these angles we looked at before. If there's an angle smaller or narrower than a right angle, that means less than 90 degrees, it's called an acute angle, like this one. The little bit in here is an acute angle. An angle larger than a right angle, but less than 180 degrees, so less than just a straight line, is called an obtuse angle. If you've got an angle larger than a half turn, that's called a reflex angle. We're not looking too much at them today, but I do want to draw them on here. So what you can have is, we've got the angle here, and this is our right angle, yeah? And if you had the angle outside here, then you see this one goes around more than just a half turn, goes all the way around here. That is the reflex angle, which I'm just going to write ref for. Actually, I will write reflex, why not? My handwriting is obviously not great because I'm using a mouse to do it. You don't need to know about the reflexes for what we're looking at today, but it can help because they exist basically. And when we talk about an angle, you often mark where the angle is, like the red one. Which of these angles then is acute and which are obtuse? Remember I said that C is the right angle. Now it's going to be your turn. I want you to see if you can do this for yourself first. Can you make your body make an acute shape? You might want to do this with your arms or just your fingers. And can you make it make an obtuse angle shape? Then you stand up and try and turn yourself part way. So you do an exact quarter turn, representing a right angle. Then can you make one that's less than a quarter turn, so an acute angle, and more, but not more than half an angle, so an obtuse angle? Give that a go. And then I want you to do this for the independent task. Match the labels to correct angle. This one can be a bit small. I'm going to post this on the blog so it's a bit bigger. And I'd like you to draw out two different acute angles and two different obtuse angles. If you have a protractor at home, that's going to really help you and you can try and use it. If you don't worry though. I know it's remote learning, so I know not everyone has the resources at home. But if you have one, get out and you can just help you. Good luck and email me if you need any help.